what would you do? What kind of bills would you introduce that will help first start with your constituents to help their level of living?
Okay, so I mean, there's your, I would definitely get involved in the ones that are already there, and a lot of the things that we talk about is stuff that's already being worked on and stuff that's already being built. One of the things that I think is important that not as much attention has been on has to do with education. I mean, everybody talks about education because we're so far behind in the state of Alabama in education. We rank anywhere between 47th to 50th, depending on which poll you look at. But one of the things people don't talk about too much, but that has been declared a crisis in the state, is children's mental health. And I know there's some programs right now where they've been putting social workers in schools kind of as a test to see how it works and how it helps. And I think there needs to be legislation passed that keeps those social workers in the schools, keeps them there all the time, and helps deal with mental health problems with children. The thing is being schools, childhood, the way that children mature, all of that has changed since we were in school. Just access to the internet, electronics, having phones all the time, having access to different just technology that we didn't have. At least I say in my age group, we didn't have when we were, when I was growing up. It's changed these kids. It's changed how fast they mature. It changes how they interact socially with each other, and it changes the things they have to deal with. And I think also, when I was growing up, I'm not going to say when that was, but quite a few years ago, you didn't hear about children's mental health. People thought that if we were just talking about this the other day, I was talking about it with a friend. People didn't think that children's feelings really mattered all that much because they're just kids. They don't, that depression's not real. They're just kids. That it's okay if you say this to them or that to them because they're just kids. But the reality is that they go through depression. They go through different mental issues that people are really just starting to understand. And I think that it would be important to introduce something to help deal with some of the mental health issues we have in school, which might in turn help increase the productivity in school, increase graduation rates, increase, and that all, that snowballs into increased, college or trade school or whatever profession, which increases the standard of living. I mean, it's all related to each other. But I do think a bill that would require some type of mental health training for professionals that are in schools, each and every school that's out there, would be important.
You think that would be a piece of legislation that would help bring your constituents up to a level where they can?
I think that it would help our whole state. I mean, my constituents, yes, and there's good schools in my district. We have pretty good schools, but all schools can benefit from this because ultimately, even though I'm elected for the constituents in my district, we represent everybody in the state of Alabama, and that's who we pass legislation for.